Every household is shaped by the principles it lives by, and poverty is not just a lack of money, it's a mindset, a condition of the soul. Today, we explore how the power of spoken declarations can unlock a transformation in your home that leads to abundance, not just materially, but in every area of life. Every home operates on laws unseen, often unspoken, but always act. Some homes operate on the law of limitation, while others flow in abundance. What makes the difference? It's not location, it's not education, and it's certainly not luck. It's the language of the home. The words you allow to circulate in your house daily shape your environment more than you realize. Words are not just sounds, they are containers. They carry energy, power, and direction. When you begin each day declaring truth over your household, you're not being superstitious, you're being strategic. You're aligning your atmosphere with intention, breaking cycles that were never meant to stay. Many people speak what they feel, they speak what they fear, they speak what they've seen, but few understand the power of speaking what they desire to create. If poverty has found a way into your home, not just in money, but in thinking, in vision, in relationships, then something has to change. And change always begins with your word. Imagine waking up every day and declaring, "This home is a place of provision, increase, and overflow." Imagine saying, "Every need in this household is met, and more than met." Not once, not twice, but every single day until those words shape the way you think, the way you act, and the way you expect. See, most people speak reactively, they speak after the struggle hit. But if you learn to speak proactively, your declarations will go ahead of you, clearing the path. Poverty is not just about money, it's about the way you see lack as permanent. And the way you speak reveals whether you're expecting more or settling for less. There's a reason successful households are filled with voices of vision, clarity, and purpose. And there's a reason others remain trapped in cycles, because the language never shifts. When you speak prosperity, provision, and peace every day, you're not just motivating yourself, you're breaking mental agreements with lack. You're removing the welcome mat from the front door of poverty. And let's be clear, this isn't magic. This is principle. A household that speaks increase will attract ideas, opportunities, and solutions. A household that speaks survival will keep living just enough to get by. So what have you been saying? What are your children hearing? What atmosphere are you creating every morning with your words? Because daily declarations are not about hype, they're about habit. A consistent pattern of powerful speech will begin to rewire the emotional, mental, and even financial thermostat of your home. Speak what you want to see before you see it. Speak it until it becomes normal. Speak it until lack becomes a foreign language. The power is in your mouth, the shift is in your voice, and the change is in your consistency. But if words can change the environment, what happens when you speak with intentional vision for your household? Let's go deep. Poverty is not just the absence of money, it's the presence of a cycle, a system, a rhythm that repeats itself, generation after generation, and unless you break it, it keeps moving, quietly, silently, powerfully. But here's the truth, cycles are maintained by behavior, and behavior is fueled by belief. And belief, it's shaped by what you say. If you want to break the cycle of lack in your home, you have to confront the words that have built that cycle. What are you speaking in your house? Are you speaking fear, or are you speaking a future? Are you speaking limits, or are you speaking legacy? Words are like seeds. Every time you say we never have enough, that seed takes root. Every time you say money is always tight, that seed grows. And eventually, your home becomes a garden of poverty thinking, not because of your job, not because of your income, but because of your language. If you want to change what grows, you've got to change what you plant. That means starting today, you must speak differently. Say what you want to see, not what you've been through. Our home is shifting. Provision is finding us. Opportunities are opening. We are moving forward. Speak it with conviction. Say it with clarity. Declare it until your atmosphere starts to bend in the direction of your word. Because cycles don't break by accident, they break by decision. And the first decision, it's your mouth. No more repeating struggle. No more rehearsing disappointment. No more telling your children, that's too expensive or we can't afford that. Instead, begin to say, we are attracting the resources we need. We are positioned for abundance, even if the evidence isn't there yet. Your words are preparing the ground. Your home responds to the voice of authority, and the most consistent voice it hears is yours. You are not just a parent. You are not just a provider. You are the gatekeeper of the atmosphere. And every day you wake up and speak life, you push back on lack. Every time you declare growth, you suffocate stagnation. Every word you speak is a hammer, breaking down walls that poverty tried to build. Don't wait for the breakthrough to start speaking. Start speaking so the breakthrough can begin. This is not about pretending, it's about creating. You're creating a new cycle, a new rhythm, a new system, one where your children will think differently, speak differently, and expect differently. And that's how you build generational wealth. It starts with the words that shape the minds that shape the future. You have the power to speak a new season into your home. And every time you do, the old season loses its grip. Speak it, believe it, walk in it. But if changing your words can break a cycle, what happens when your mind starts believing what your mouth has been saying? Stay with me. Every time you speak, you are building something. You're either building belief, or you're building doubt. You're either shaping progress, or you're reinforcing poverty. The question is not if your words have power, the question is what are your words building in your mind? Most people don't realize, the first person to believe what you say is you. Before your children hear it, before your spouse hears it, before the world hears it, you hear it. And what you hear consistently, you start to believe. And what you believe consistently, you start to. When you say, I'll never get ahead, your mind begins to agree. When you say, money never stays in this house, your actions start to align. Your choices shrink. Your expectations lower. Your vision gets blurry. And soon your life looks just like your language. Why? Because your mind is shaped by repetition. But the good news, that works both ways. If you start saying, every day, we're increasing, we're building, we're expanding, your mind starts adjusting. It begins creating new possibilities, new thoughts, new solutions. You begin to notice what you used to ignore. You start to pursue what you used to avoid. You begin to expect what you used to doubt. Why? Because your words are feeding your belief system. That's why declarations are not just noise. They are nutrients. They feed the mind, and the mind produces action, and action produces change. But it all begins with what you say. Your mind listens closely to your mouth, and if your mouth says, we're stuck, your mind shuts down. But if your mouth says, we're stepping into more, your mind opens up, creativity wakes up, strategy is unlocked, confidence rises. It's not just positive thinking, it's powerful speaking that creates purposeful believing. You don't need a miracle, you need a mental shift. And that shift doesn't start in your bank account, it starts in your conversation. If you can change your internal language, your external life will follow. Start speaking like someone who believes increase is coming. Talk like someone who knows overflow is possible. Don't wait until you feel it, speak it until your feelings catch up. Don't wait until you see it, speak it until your sight aligns with your speech. The mind is a battlefield, and your words are your weapons. Use them wisely. Don't just react to what you see, declare what you train your mind to align with your declarations, and soon your life will begin to mirror your belief. So if your words shape your mind, and your mind shapes your actions, what kind of actions could be unlocked if you started speaking the right words every single day? Let's take it further. Success doesn't start with what's in your hand, it starts with what's in your mouth. And discipline, that's the engine that keeps it running. You can't speak prosperity once and expect the storm to stop. You can't declare increase on Monday and go silent for the rest of the week. It doesn't work like that. Freedom from lack is not a one-time statement, it's a daily discipline. Let me ask you something. What are your words doing for you every day? Are they building or are they breaking? Are they lifting your home or are they locking it in the same place? Because if you want to rise above the struggle, you have to rise above the habit of speaking like you're stuck. This is where discipline comes in. You've got to wake up with intention. You've got to speak before the challenge speaks to you. You've got to open your mouth before the worry opens its. Don't wait for things to get better. Start speaking like they already are. Say it with me. Provision flows to this house. Doors are opening for us. We are favored. We are positioned. We are rising. Say it every morning. Say it when the bills are high. Say it when the fridge looks empty. Say it when everything around you says it doesn't make sense. Because you're not speaking based on what you see. You're speaking to change what you see. Discipline is doing the right thing even when nothing looks different yet. And when it comes to breaking poverty, the discipline of daily declarations is a non-negotiable, because your words create momentum, and momentum is what breaks cycles. When you speak with consistency, something starts to shift, not just in the air, but in you. Your thoughts get sharper, your eyes see clearer, your posture changes, your decisions shift. Why? Because you've been conditioning yourself through your words. You've been aligning with increase instead of agreeing with lack. And before you know it, the discipline you once struggled to keep becomes the rhythm your life depends on. Let me be clear, this isn't hype, this is habit. You don't need another motivational high. You need a structure, a system, a standard that you live by every single day. Fit with clarity, speak with force, speak with conviction. Your discipline will become your deliverance. If your home has been stuck in survival mode, your words can reset the tone, but not just once, over and over, day after day, until speaking overflow becomes natural, until declaring abundance becomes second nature, until you can't imagine starting your day any other way. So here's the question: if discipline in your mouth can change the atmosphere in your home, what happens when your environment starts to respond to your voice? Let's keep going. Every home has an atmosphere. You can't see it, but you can feel it. You walk in, and something either lifts you or it weighs you down. Some homes are filled with peace, others are thick with tension. Some carry joy, others feel like a battlefield. But here's the truth: that atmosphere didn't just happen, it was created, and more often than not, it was created with words. What are you saying in your house? Not just once in a while, but daily. Are you speaking frustration? Are you speaking fear? Are you repeating the same statements your parents said, statements that kept the whole family stuck in struggle? Because every time you speak, you're not just expressing yourself, you're creating conditions. Words shape moods. Words create energy. Words influence the mindset of everyone who hears them. When you speak life, peace begins to settle in. When you speak lack, stress begins to grow. And that stress begins to shape the behavior of your entire household. If you walk through your home every morning declaring, "This house is filled with opportunity, this home is built on wisdom, our atmosphere is full of vision and peace," something begins to change. The temperature shifts, conversations become sharper, expectations rise, frustrations begin to fade. Why? Because the words you speak carry weight, and the atmosphere listens. Words are like paint, and your home is the canvas. You don't like what you see, change the brush, change the color, change the language. Don't let frustration dominate the energy of your environment. Replace it with clarity, replace it with purpose, replace it with the language of progress. Start speaking like the leader of your atmosphere. Declare that your living room is a place of strategy, that your kitchen is a space for unity, that your bedroom is a place of rest and renewal. Your home will rise or fall based on the words you allow to circulate through it. And don't just do it when things go wrong. Don't wait until arguments erupt. Don't wait until you feel drained. Speak it before the day begins. Speak it before tension can take root. Speak it consistently, and your house will begin to shift from a place of pressure to a place of purpose. You are not just managing a home, you are cultivating an atmosphere, and the power to design that atmosphere is in your voice. If you've been living in stress, it's time to speak peace. If confusion has been in the air, it's time to declare clarity. If lack has been the mood, it's time to release the language of overflow. But here's the question: if your atmosphere can respond to your words, what would happen if your entire mindset aligned with the atmosphere creating? Let's uncover that.
There's a language most people never learn: the language of prosperity. Not just wealth in the bank, but wholeness in the home. And here's the truth: prosperity doesn't answer to complaining. It doesn't respond to fear. It doesn't show up when you speak like a victim. Prosperity responds to clarity. to confidence, to intentional speech. What you say shapes what you see. If your words are filled with lack, your vision will be limited. If your mouth is full of I can't, we never, it's always hard, then guess what? Your life will reflect that pattern. Your decisions will shrink. Your ideas will get smaller. Your faith in tomorrow will fade. Why? Because your words are writing the script for your future. But when you begin to shift your vocabulary, everything starts to change. When you speak like you expect doors to open, doors begin to open. When you talk like solutions are coming, you begin to see options you couldn't see before. When you declare, we are rising, we are building, we are breaking barriers, your mindset begins to search for ways to make it real. That's the power of language. It trains your eyes to see differently. Your words are not just noise, they are navigators. They direct your attention. They set your focus. They highlight possibilities. Most people walk past opportunities every day because their language has taught them not to expect anything better. But when you speak the language of increase daily, you train your senses to become sharp. Your thinking becomes clearer. Your decisions become bolder. Your energy shifts. You begin to expect abundance. You begin to prepare for expansion. You start to manage your life like someone who knows success is not random. It's revealed. And that's the difference. Some people wait for success. Others speak it until they see it. If you want to shift your entire household, start by shifting the phrases you allow. Remove we can't and replace it with we will. Remove it's too late and speak we're just getting started. Say it, mean it, and repeat it. You're not just creating positive vibes. You're creating a new reality. You're reprogramming how your family views money, time, growth, and effort. And guess what? Children pick it up fast. Spouses feel the change. Even your guests will walk in and feel the because once your words begin to align with vision, your household becomes a magnet for transformation. The language of prosperity builds homes that think differently, act differently, and expect differently. It's not about sounding fancy. It's about being intentional, clear, focused, purposeful. So if your language can sharpen your vision, what happens when your family starts repeating what you declare? Let's talk about that next. You see, there's a power in vision. Vision isn't just about having an idea for the future. It's about believing that future is not only possible, but already in the process of coming to life. And when you speak from that place of vision, your household begins to shift. Because what you say isn't just wishful thinking, it's the foundation of the future you're building. When you speak vision, you set the tone for your family. When you talk about what's coming, you ignite hope in the hearts of those who hear it. But here's the key. Vision requires, it's not enough to just say, I want a better life. You have to speak it as though it's already in progress. Speak it with confidence. Speak it like you're already walking in it. Your children, your spouse, your family, they will follow the vision you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. But you must have a clear sense of where you're going. Vision gives direction. It gives purpose. And when that vision is backed by consistent, powerful declarations, it leads to results. Think about this. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every success that's ever been accomplished started with vision. It began with someone declaring, this can happen, this is possible. And when you speak that kind of vision in your home, it creates a new standard. The people around you, the ones you love the most, start to believe it too. They begin to align with the vision. They start to expect more. They start to act like it's already theirs. But vision isn't just for the big dreams. It's also for the small moments. It's in the daily declarations of a peaceful home. It's in the simple words, today will be better than yesterday. It's in saying we are healthy, we are strong, we are capable. Your words set the environment for the vision you have for your family. And that environment fosters growth. So how do you speak vision into your home? It starts with believing. You can't speak vision if you don't believe in it yourself. Speak as if your words are already shaping the future. You've got to see it. You've got to speak it. You've got to walk like you're already there. When you speak vision, you start creating a culture of growth. Every decision you make is based on that vision.
Every choice, every effort, every conversation, it all starts to align with what you're declaring. And your family, they'll follow the lead you set. They'll see you walking in purpose, and they'll want to walk with you. But here's the challenge. What happens when your family starts not just hearing the vision, but believing it as well? Now imagine the shift in your home when everyone is aligned with that same vision. Let's explore how to make that happen. When you speak vision, when you speak purpose, when you speak clarity into your home, you're creating a ripple effect. It doesn't just stop at you, it begins to your words are contagious, and what you say will begin to shape the thoughts and actions of those closest to you. Imagine this. Every day you wake up and declare, we are moving forward. We are going places. We are destined for greatness. That message doesn't just sit in the air. It enters the hearts and minds of your family. And when you speak with authority, your children begin to believe it. They start walking with purpose. They start speaking with confidence. Your spouse begins to act on it, making choices and taking steps in alignment with that vision. Your home, your life, your atmosphere begins to align with the words you've been speaking. This is the power of collective belief. It's not just about your personal vision, it's about getting everyone in your home to buy into that vision, to believe it, to speak it and walk in it. The energy in your home shifts when everyone is moving in the same direction, with the same belief. But here's the thing. Everyone needs to be on the same page. You can't be declaring abundance, and your family be declaring struggle. You can't be speaking success, and your children be speaking failure. If you want to create an environment of prosperity, everyone in your household must adopt the same language, the same mindset. This is not about control, it's not about force, it's about influence. When you set the tone by consistently speaking words of vision, your influence grows. Your family will begin to reflect what they're hearing, seeing, and experiencing every day. When your words match your actions, your children begin to mirror that same behavior. They don't just follow what you say, they follow who you are. Now you may be wondering, how do you get everyone on the same page? How do you get them to start speaking the same language? The answer is simple. Start leading by example. When you speak, speak with authority, with consistency, and with passion. Show them that this isn't just talk. This is who you are. This is the reality you're building, and you want them to be part of it. Over time, your family will begin to pick up on this language of vision and prosperity. They'll hear you declaring it, and soon, they'll start to declare it for themselves. The collective energy in your home will shift from survival to success, from scarcity to abundance. But here's a powerful question to consider. If the power of collective belief can transform your household, what would happen if everyone began living this way, thinking this way, and speaking this way? The shift in your home won't just be in the words, it'll be in the action. So what actions will this new language inspire? Let's explore that next. You see, words have a unique ability to shape actions. They don't just influence what you think, they influence what you do. And if your household is filled with the language of vision, you'll start to notice that your actions begin to match your words. But this is where things get interesting. You can't just speak vision, you've got to back it up with action. The power of your words will lead you to take bold steps, even when the path ahead isn't clear. It's in the doing, the moving forward, that the shift begins to occur. Think about it for a moment. When you speak increase, when you speak growth, when you speak breakthrough, your actions will begin to follow suit. You won't just sit back and wait for things to happen. You'll go out and make things happen. You'll begin seeking opportunities, exploring new ideas, and making decisions that align with the vision you've been speaking into your home. Action is the proof that you believe in what you're saying. If you're speaking vision, but not acting on it, then your words are just empty promises. But when you align your actions with your declarations, that's when you see results. That's when things begin to shift in a way you've never experienced before. And the key here is consistency. You can't just speak it once and expect things to change. This has to be a daily commitment. Every day you speak the vision, and every day you take an action that aligns with that vision. It doesn't matter how small the step is, it's the fact that you're taking a step, you're moving forward, you're doing what you've spoken, Now, the beauty of this is that it doesn't just affect you. The moment your actions begin to align with the words you've spoken, those around you start to follow. They start to take action too. They see your commitment. They see your belief in the vision, and they're inspired to take action as well. This is when your household moves from just hearing about the vision to living it. Children begin to take initiative. They begin to see opportunities where they once saw obstacles. Spouses begin to move in alignment with the vision, creating new habits, making new decisions, and working together to build the future you've been speaking into existence. And what happens when everyone takes action together? The momentum shifts. The entire household begins to move forward in harmony, working towards a common goal, united in belief and purpose. But this all starts with you. It starts with you taking the first. It starts with you deciding that your words are going to align with your actions, and your actions are going to create the reality you've been speaking. So here's the real question. If your actions begin to reflect the vision you speak, what happens when you get the whole family on board? When everyone is moving together, aligned in purpose? Let's dive into that next. When you speak prosperity, when you speak vision, when you speak abundance, something incredible begins to happen, not only in your life, but in your home. The transformation starts small, but the effects are profound. It begins to ripple out, affecting every corner of your life. And here's the key. It's all connected. When the entire household is aligned with the same mindset, the same vision, the same belief system, something shifts, not just on the surface, but deep down. Everyone in your home begins to see possibility. Where there once was doubt, they begin to believe that they can, that there is no limit to what can be achieved. And when that belief sets in, it begins to fuel every decision, every action, every interaction. The entire dynamic of your household changes. This is the power of collective vision. It's more than just individuals trying to get by. It's a family working together, speaking the same language, moving in the same direction, with the same belief in the future. And when you get everyone on the same page, that's when you see things really begin to change. Momentum built, goals are met, dreams are realized. But it doesn't stop there. The beauty of alignment is that it's a living, breathing force. Once everyone begins speaking the same words, acting in unity, and embracing the vision, it becomes part of the fabric of your family. It's in the way you approach challenges. It's in the way you make decisions. It's in the way you encourage each other, support each other, and rise together. Every member of your household begins to embody the vision you've been declaring. You're no longer just hoping for prosperity, hoping for change. You're creating it. And it's not just for you, it's for everyone in your home. This is a family affair. And as you move forward in alignment, the energy in your home becomes unstoppable. You'll find that the obstacles that once seemed so big, so insurmountable, start to fall away because the strength of your collective belief and action is greater than any challenge that comes your way. But here's what you must realize. This is your responsibility. The vision, the words, the actions, they start with you. If you want to see change in your home, it begins with the way you speak, the way you think, the way you act. And when you lead by example, the entire household will follow. Now the real question is, what happens next? When your family is united in purpose, when your words and actions align with your vision, what could possibly stop you from reaching your goals? It's time to step into that future you've been speaking. It's already